Hey everybody, it's Jack Ayers, and I'm trying to run a Med-Surg study session over the summer. So let's hope this works. This is Zoom right now, and I'm attempting to record this. I'm going to try to upload it to a YouTube so that for those of you who can't make the sessions or would like to review the sessions, you can watch them anytime you like on YouTube. I'm going to be sending down a few different things for you guys. There's going to be an old syllabus that somebody who was once a part of the program was fortunate enough to let us have so that I was able to make this session around that. I gathered together all of the different things that you could read from different sources that might help you understand those subjects best. It's going to be a very, very fast class, kind of scary how fast it moves. If they go off of what they've used prior, there's a lot of mini care plans and clinical worksheets and EKG things that we have to make, and it moves this quick. It's like something every single week and tests every 2 weeks practically. So it's a little crazy. We definitely want to put in the work this summer to make sure that we get it done. So basically, I'm sending down a few things. I'm going to be sending down the syllabus. I'm going to be sending down my best tips for studying for you guys as far as this goes. When the meetings are going to be held, the meetings are going to be held on Fridays, except for one Friday. I'm going to have to do it on a Thursday on July 30th. I'm really sorry. That's just how it goes. But they're going to be at 8 p.m. I know a lot of you guys are parents like me, so that makes it a little bit easier to do them in the evening and on a Friday. Like I said, for those of you, if it works, great. If it doesn't, that's fine. You can watch them later, or you can start your own study groups. This isn't, a be-all, end-all. If you want to do your own thing, do your own thing. Take what I've got given you, do your own thing. I don't care. Seriously, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want. But I'm going to send this stuff down so that you guys can meet me for live Zooms on Fridays at 8. And I'm going to try to keep doing that throughout the semester. I don't think I'm going to be able to do a maternity one. So if anybody wants to jump in and do a maternity session, absolutely feel free and do so, because I've got another class I've got to take this summer, and there's only so many brain cells I can spare. So there's enough for me to do with just Med-Surg and to try to make sure that we cover all that. So I'm going to be sending down the syllabus. I'm going to be sending down also the study tips. I'm going to be sending down the calendar of what needs to be read or what we're going to be going over. You will see a lot of duplications. Like, we're going to be going over a lot of cardiac stuff for pretty much like a month. Okay, so there's like 4 different dates we're going to be doing that. We really need to get that stuff solidified. So spend your time reading that stuff, going over that stuff, and then we'll meet. We'll discuss what we've covered, what other people know, what we don't know. Go back, read some more, meet again, go back, read some more. Hopefully we'll be able to get some former students who have volunteered that if they can, they plan on joining in and giving their 2 cents on what's going on. So that'll be great. And also some nurses that are currently working that will be able to hopefully can give us give some advice during these study sessions before we go into 8 weeks of mayhem. Sorry, when I looked at the syllabus, I was like, wow, that's going to be a little intense. But we really need a good, solid foundation. Fortunately, a lot of it is really tied into a lot of the stuff that Professor Snyder and Professor Parkinson pushed this last semester. So we did get a pretty solid foundation, but we really need to build on it. And the other thing is we need to be fast. I mean, razor sharp fast. So you'll see a lot of my advice in there, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, why is he saying do this so much stuff? Here's why I'm saying it. Because the faster you are and the better you know it, the faster you're going to be when you get there for that 8-week class, which is really more like a 7-week class. And it just starts getting less and less the more that you look at how it parses out. So take a look at the old syllabus, compare it with what I've got. I've got 8 weeks of studying to mirror basically the 8 weeks that we're going to be doing in the Med-Surg there. Also, I've tacked on the last 2 weeks for pharmacology and lab studying. So we really want to know our drugs, okay? I even came up with, and I am sending to you as well, another sheet, which is a new drug sheet, which includes the peak and the trial. According to Professor Dickinson, that was really critical that we know that. So I've added it and flipped the sheet so that you guys can either you can just do one drug on the sheet of paper and extend it as needed for all the actions and everything and all the labs that you want to know. So I've made a new sheet for you guys that I'm sending to you as well. Also, I made a 3-box I guess if you want to call it, the technical term is graphic organizer, but it's just like a piece of paper to help you figure out what you're doing. It is supposed to help you for each and every single thing, because we need to know, like, what is going on, why is it going on, and how to fix it. Okay. And that's where you get into pharmacology and etiology and the whole 9 yards. But that's the core root of what we're looking for each and every single topic. When you go in, you're going to see different topics broken down, and it's a lot, you guys. Like, I'm really kind of surprised it's this much. I'm blown away. So, but don't be worried. We've got a long time to read in advance. And look, I haven't taken this class, so if you're expecting perfection, you are not going to be getting it. Am I a credentialed teacher? Yes. But have I taken this class? Nope, not at all. So I don't know what I'm teaching you, other than I'm learning it alongside with you and doing the best that I can and giving you the resources that I know how to give you, based as I go along. So please don't get mad at me if it's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect. I'd have to have taken the class for it to have been perfect. So sorry, guys, this is the best that I can do. But I will do my best to help guide you through it and learn it myself at the same time. We will get through this. It's a lot, but we will get through this. And like they say, this is like the super big foundation course, which is why I've decided to focus primarily on this. And if somebody else wants to go in there and focus on maternity and lead that charge, absolutely feel free. But I don't have the time. I don't have the brain power. I'm sorry, I'm out of time and brain power. So somebody who wants to lead the charge on that, feel free. And I will watch your recorded sessions, because that would be cool. And I would love some guidance for somebody else to run something. So feel free, but I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. So this is the one that I'm really going to be focusing on, and it's critical for basically the rest of our nursing. When you think about going over cardiology and respiratory and neurology and kidneys and how to push IV drugs in blood, you pretty much are covering a lot of it. And everyone says this is the foundational course. So, moral of the story, you want to make sure that you boil down, like I said, what's going on, why is it happening, and how do I fix it as a nurse? That's summing it up in very layman's terms, but you all know what that means. But as you'll see in the study guide that I sent you, you want to boil it down to what's called a one-pager, okay? You want to be able to explain things very quickly, and you want to be able to explain them very clearly, and you want to be able to explain them in terms that people can understand. If you can't, then you probably don't know it, and I probably don't know it. That's the key. So we have to be able to do that as a team. Sorry, I don't know what notification is going off on my computer now. Please forgive me, but that's the golden ticket for being able to understand things. Also, this work is not in vain. You can do as much of it as you like. You can do as little of it as you like. Frankly, I don't care. It's whatever works best for you to learn. I've just put together these resources. This is what I'm going to be doing to help me study personally. This is my track, and we'll see how well I even keep up with it. But this is my plan of action. The good news is that every single thing that you do, you're going to be able to keep for when you go into Med-Surg 3. And when you get those questions, you'll already have those drug sheets made. You'll already know that information. You'll already know those labs. You'll already know how those labs and drugs relate to those specific situations. Does that make sense? You'll already know all of that kind of stuff. You'll already have summarized on your own time, what matters, how to fix it, how to figure out what's going on for different cardiology, different respiratory things, COPD, whatever. You'll know how to do it, and you'll have sheets made out already as to how to do it, to give you guidelines. So maybe you go into there and you've got a good foundation, but maybe you forgot some stuff over the summer. Well, guess what? You have review sheets now that you've spent the summer making. Maybe you have to go back and reread a portion. That's okay. At least you don't have to reread everything. So yes, this is my cat Pixie, and she's now traipsing behind to get her 15 minutes of fame, which is totally fine. But that would be the best salute. I'm just trying to help you guys so that you're prepared, because when we get there, it's going to be like boom, boom, boom. Like when you look at the syllabus, you're going to get what I'm talking about. I'm sending it down to you guys. I'm sending you all of this stuff. So you're going to get a lot of attachments. You're also going to get a sheet that has the link for my Zoom, as well as the YouTube channel, as well as the password, because apparently I have to have one now. The admins or powers that be wherever I've created it, so that I have to have a password for you guys to be able to get in, but I'm sending it down. So you'll have all that information, and I will sign on and do these sessions at 8 p.m. okay, on Fridays, starting the 12th of June. So not this Friday, because this Friday I've got to go do stuff for CNSA. I don't even know what time I'll ever be back. Some, supposedly early, but you just never know. And I don't want to promise that I'll be here and not be. But this gives you guys a good chance to get started reading now and get going now. Letty was kind enough to send over a PDF book about EKGs. Take a really good look at that. That's really helpful too. And it backs up a lot of the other subjects that we need to know. And if you don't have my exact care plan book, that's fine. You can use whatever care plan book you like, but I looked up stuff in the author is Doenges or whatever, but that, so read what you like. I really like those care plan books, guys, for nursing care plans. They really summarize a lot of the points. Also, Kaplan, the basics, really summarizes a lot of the points. That's why I threw it in there. It makes things simplistic, and simplicity is the key. It's not about convoluted complication, okay? You want that, wait till the doctor to agree. Who gives a crap about that right now? The point is to understand what is going on, okay? And then you can throw in the big words later, all right, to impress whoever you want. But the point is to understand what's going on. Those books I found are very supplemental and helpful. Also, Letty sent down some stuff, and she said she got from herself and Susie that were really, really helpful pieces of extra stuff that we can add. And hopefully I'll remember to send that down too. If I forget, then email me. But because I'm already sending you guys like a host of stuff. So if not, remind them to tell you what it is when they sign on to the live events, because I know that they plan on being there. But okay, anyways, hopefully this has been a little bit helpful. It's just an introductory video to let you guys know what's going on. It's a rambly video. I don't plan on rambling this much ever at all again. Thank you very much. This has been not a fun ramble fest, but I wanted to let you know what I'm sending and why. So boil it down, boil down what you're reading, understand what you're reading, make it simple, know what it is, know why it's happening, know the whole pharmacology, the biology, the whole 9 yards behind what's happening, know your drugs, pick out the important drugs as you go along and know those drugs, memorize those big important drugs. We got to know them. It's just a fact of life. Furosemide, we got to know it, okay? Whether we like it or not, we got to know it. And there's no above, there's no under, there's only through. So just, you got to go through it. You got to know it. That's just the way it is. I'm going through it right along there with you guys. It's miserable, but we'll get through it, okay? And then we'll be all that much smarter for it. So if you guys have any questions, email me, whatnot. Anyways. Yep, I think I'm done talking now. Hopefully this uploads to YouTube fine. Like I said, this is like my first Zoom recording officially and trying to upload it to YouTube because it says that we can do that. So let's hope that this works. And then also another thing, study guides. Do your own thing. Like I said, if you've got other sources that work for you, use them. Don't forget also that there is YouTube, because I forget that all the time. I don't know if I'm just too old or what the deal is, but look things up on YouTube. I included like one YouTube link in there for one of the things that we were doing. As much as that woman's voice annoys the tar out of me with the pitch, it still is really informative and helpful. There's a lot of really helpful videos out there. So watch them, use whatever sources you can use. Letty was mentioning there's a game like Our Entertainment or something that you can get and everyone can play games. So I don't know if that's something we might even want to do next semester. It could be fun, nursing game night. I don't know. But anyways, so different options, use whatever you can. I heard Susie's using flashcards for Med-Surg. If that helps you, use that. Whatever works for you, use it. Use this as a springboard and go from there. If you don't show up, I will not be offended, okay? So, but like I said, don't expect perfection from me either because I have never taken this class, so. Anyways, I will see you guys on the 12th.